Picnic?
I think it's fine. I hope.
Are we okay?
It's probably fine.
Dashner, speak to me. Use your words. Yes, thumbs up. We're all okay. We're okay. Oh, my monologues, my jokes. Wasted. Welcome to teamfortress.tv. I'm TurboTabs. I'll be your host this evening. It will be Gamers Assembly 2017 coverage coming more your way. And finally, we have made it to the upper bracket final. HiipFire, are you hyped?
I'm extremely hyped.
You don't sound it, but
I'm sorry. Do I need to yell?
yes.
I'm extremely excited.
Yes. All right. Okay. So I have the map picks and bans. I know that the teams are furiously, I guess, waiting. I suppose they're just itching to get back into the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some movie magic. I'm going to make it so you can not only see us, but you can see the bans as well. Ready? I'm going to blow your mind.
Wow.
Production push. Oh yeah, shit, it's right there. There we go. So here are the map picks and bans. The first ban came out from News's team, Wind Tunnel Tactics. I wish I could get the team names on there for you, but I can't. So
okay.
You just have to visualize for me. Visualize for me, StreamTat.
Do you like this? Do you like this band? Their home map during the group stage is now their first their perma band.
Yeah, it's very strange. But all the teams so far.
I mean, what can you do when you?
How you doing?
It's the map they did not win once on. So.
Unbrack, don't you have some Frenchies to crush? Okay, but nice of Unbrack to join us. Oh Christ!
Hello.
You want an insight?
Yeah, sure. Tell me your insight, Unbrack.
A little bit closer to the microphone, maybe.
Yep.
Watch Elacour. He's gonna pound.
Watch Elacour. He's going to pound. He says.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying, these map picks and bans. So Wind Tunnel Tactics, they were the first to ban, so they banned out Gully Wash. The other team, Bro, responded with Snake Water, which is really strange because I've got them written down here. Their two home maps that they had was Tactics was Gully Wash, and Bro's home map was Snake Water. So clearly these teams don't know what they are good at.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because Wind Tunnel Tactics completely destroyed them.
Is that the sound of the game going, or is that just me?
I think the game starting.
All right. Well, I'm glad we went through the map picks and bans. So welcome if you're just joining us at teamfortress.tv. We've already got a soldier on mid, blazing forward. I think that is Pappy. So welcome. What's happening on mid, HiipFire?
Well, as you said, Wind Tunnel Tactics has a lot of presence already on this mid. The scout is actually walking straight over to PC though, and Alien, that is, just walked straight in, killed News, getting a pretty big pick there in that fight, but it seems like the early presence did not end up in a victory on mid, and they're sitting on second, and yeah, the first minute's gonna go toward the Brocante team.
You tried. Anyway, you do see some aggression coming out from Dahl here. I'm surprised he's not picked off. He's brought down very, very low. Oh, the crossbow will equalize him back out, and it's like he never went in at all now. He's back to full health, and they will hold the line over on Wind Tunnel Tactics for now. But, you know, it is up to Bro to make the first put the first step forward, as they do have that respawn advantage with taking the mid.
See what Wind Tunnel Tactics has up their sleeves to maybe break this stalemate. It seems like they're just currently actually holding very passively. They're not really actively looking at Choke outside of News, who's kind of very forward compared to the rest of his team. But point, I don't think either team really could do anything. Both seem a little bit scared. There is a roamer sack coming in. Who
there was a roamer sack.
I mean, he got completely destroyed by Chris there, so.
I mean, they've been doing this all land so far. Literally, when in doubt, throw Dream in. You know, make him sacrifice his logs for the greater good. But hopefully they'll make maybe a quick roster, not roster change, that would be a bit extreme, but maybe a quick clash change while they've got Dream back. But they've actually decided to go aggressive over on the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics, go in with the Uber charge. They do counter with their own Uber charge. Raph is just trying to Uber everybody, and everyone gets a feel-good Uber, but they're not feeling good right now. They're just getting completely meat grinded at this choke area, and at this point, Raph just needs to pick up the pieces, get out with his tail between his legs, and hopefully start rebuilding that Uber charge back to its to like an even stage.
There's an X7 on this midpoint here for Wind Tunnel Tactics. Bro is getting their final spawners. They have slight Uber disad. Unsure if Wind Tunnels wants to push off of it. There are no Ubers in yet, so if they time this right, they could get something done with this. But News actually walks through choke, get it immediately destroyed. Funds also gets stuck. Chris goes down, and I mean they peaked choke, but they peaked and they lost half their team.
Yeah, all this final player might get picked up. Oh, he will feel the feel-good end of that last little bit of Uber. These soldiers are desperately trying to get out, but Honey will pay for it. And Zesty even goes down anyway. I think they found Pappy, and he's going to shortly follow. So that is practically a wipe, I guess, if you extend the timer just a little bit for Bro there. So they're going to reap the rewards. They're going to get that midpoint. And maybe even get some action on second as well. It's just completely turned into an absolute, I guess, just slog of a game. Everyone's just constantly throwing themselves at each other. There's no patience, there's no time. It's just tier 2.
Well, I feel like they could have capped second there. They took really long to cap mid, and then, you know, the Wind Tunnel Tactics guys were already basically set up on second. But I do have, the Bro team do have 30% Uber advantage, so maybe they're just a little trying to play it patient, you know, not get ahead of themselves. And that Uber is about to come in. They're moving through this PC area. 4 players here. The Uber gets popped. Soldier jumps into the Wind Tunnel Tactics combo, gets completely annihilated. Here's a scout also trying to get into lobby. Honey and Chris have just gone down. I don't know what just happened, but the great 2 picks there from the scout.
Wow.
And they're just
They're all
cleaning
just
up
dying.
the rest. Yeah.
That was very strange to see. It seems like one player was distracting half of the team on Wind Tunnel Tactics. The other half was trying to aggress onto Raph, and it was just playing into Bro's hands. They just had the numbers advantage. It made it very easy to focus them one by one. And at that point, they kept thinking like, well, we've died so many times now, we better send some more. You know, just keep the Mad General News just keep sending his poor little rookies into the front line. I think they were just desperately hoping that if they could get the Raph pick, they won't lose the round, but, you know, it was a heavy price to pay.
the General News.
The Mad General.
All right, well, the next mid. Actually, Ellicor will go down very early to a very aggressive Happy there, who just singles out Ellicor, and Bro has completely given up on this mid now that they've lost their demo. So with 1 pick, Wind Tunnel Tactics will win this mid. They are at least seeing if they can get to second. They do have that demo pick. Let's see if they can do anything. A bomb coming onto the Wind Tunnel Tactics combo. News will take him out, and the rest of the team is trying to get out. Someone might get caught. Clem is trying to get out. Dull will get caught out. Clem will survive, but that's still 2 picks for Wind Tunnel Tactics. It is even Ubers though, and I'm not sure if Wind Tunnel Tactics is too confident in their chances, but it seems like they're moving in lobby. They're very confident, peeking into the left. Nope. That's
He's
wrong.
gone for the big boy bomb. He wants to get on
big
top
boy.
of the medic, but can't quite find the rockets. Didn't even scratch Raph there. So while they laugh at that attempt of a bomb, Dream is going to go onto Spy, and I don't think he's just checking classes as well. He's
in lobby, just cloaked. He's going to approach the second point, playing with the cloak and dagger, so we might be here for a while.
All right, crack open another beer. We're going to be here for a long time. I'm going to take another map. Oh, actually, Dashner, why? I'm not sure if you guys could see this, but Dashner was just teasing me with a beer there and then just took it away from me. And even Dream felt that tease as well. He's been taken down. Thought for a second that he might get a nice, cold, refreshing medic stab, but you know, just taken away from him at the last moment.
Yes, refreshing. That's definitely the adjective I would use to describe a backstab, but the push is coming in from Wind Tunnel Tactic. They do focus down that sentry. The Ubers have been popped. Slightly better Uber for Bro. Dream will catch out Funds. The Ubers now have faded. Player advantage for Bro. And it seems like Wind Tunnel Tactics does not want to risk the 5v6 fight loss, and they will just be sitting on second. A sack is coming in from Dream. He's on second. He gets nothing really done. And we're back in this equilibrium state where it's basically even Ubers. There is actually, I think, an aggressive peek coming in rollout. I think Zesty was trying to get a sack in, but couldn't really get through.
I think at this point, if you're over on the side of Bro, you're feeling a little bit uneasy. They successfully forced the Uber charge out of you and didn't really get punished by it, and they back out. I mean, like, let's just say, like, if either team decided to make a dry push or a play on one another, I feel like there's a lot more options or avenues for Wind Tunnel Tactics to abuse compared to Bro at this stage of the game. But it's all for naught because they both built their Uber charge anyway, so I don't know why they've really forced out the Uber over on Wind Tunnel Tactics. I guess it never really came to fruition. Chris does go down. He's a distraction. He does get a nice rocket onto Raph, but he just kind of big balls it, decides not to pop against that final possible rocket. So,
well, there's an Uber coming off from Honey Badger, though. He got forced in rollout there. And, well, it seems like Bro now has a perfect opportunity to push out. They have full Uber advantage. They do have an NG on last. I guess they're waiting on Dream to spawn. But I think Wind Tunnel Tactics is already holding with the assumption that they're going to get out. But actually, Honey Badger almost gets surrounded there. He is actually stuck on this grass area. Elocore will get Honey Badger. The Conqueror does get popped. Wind Tunnel Tactics trying to contest the second point. Funds will get 2 kills. Dull will respond by getting Zesty. News gets the kill on the other demo. Bro, Elocore, Clem, and Dull will also fall. And it seems like this repush without Uber has been very successful for Wind Tunnel Tactics. That's not pushing into last. It's just Dream on last. Gets completely denied. And the game will equalize. It's now 1-1.
I mean, I'm surprised they used the Uber that early, to be honest. I felt like they had all the time in the world to kind of abuse that. Just use the Uber as like a safety net when things get really hairy. But instead, they decided to just aggressively pop in, see if they can catch them out. But instead, they did hold their ground, and using that conch as well. It was, or actually, I'm not sure what kind of like horn it was, but either way, it did make the difference in that 5v5 fight.
Happy tried to, again on this mid, try to go really aggressive. It didn't really work out that time. Seems like Nerd Rage, I'm sorry, that was bad. Bro is kind of stuck in this sewer area. All Frenchies are Nerd Rage, but
stop looking over at that other game.
Yeah,
HiipFire. It's time to watch this game.
Yes, but they were kind of stuck in that sewer area. They couldn't really get out, and somehow this mid was won with a scout pick. So that's a very interesting mid, but they did win. Wind Tunnel Tactics. They are in the upper hand here. Have a scout peeking relatively aggressively in the PC area. Not really anything to do from there. And, well, nothing really happening yet. There's a soldier. Oh, there's actually a soldier sack coming in. Initially, Zesty jumped in, but that wasn't a distraction play for Pappy to jump in. He got some good rockets on Raph, but sadly, Raph survived with like 50 HP. So yeah. I like the idea, but just, what can you do? It doesn't always work out.
I have noticed that throughout the LAN, a lot of these teams have been utilizing a lot more like distractions during these bombs, and I think it has been a little bit of a difference maker. It's been a lot more optimistic seeing compared to like the Dream bomb, for example, where he's like one man against the world. I just think it adds a lot more stability, but they do run the Chris sniper. However, where is Chris? Ooh. Let's see what he's up to. I have no clue. What is Chris a good sniper, HiipFire?
I don't particularly remember him as a sniper.
I mean, he's a soldier at heart, so there's not many instances he gets to play sniper. But who knows? Maybe it's the the next flippy? We'll see. First shot, miss. Okay, not next the flippy. Let's cancel that.
Well, let's try. Let's see if he can maybe get this one. No, he doesn't get that one either. Well,
2 shots. He must be the worst player on the planet.
Look. He needs to just calm down. He needs to charge up that scope and just body shot Raph. That's what you need to do. That's how you. That's how you do this.
I mean, it's dishonorable, but it's gets you from point A to point B.
Yeah, I mean that's you want to win the game, right? You don't need to be flashing. But Chris is still going for these headshots here. Zesty will actually go down, the pocket going down. I think that was in choke. I don't know what happened there, but it might give Bro a little bit of an opportunity to push. But Chris is trying to peek a little bit aggressively here in choke. Get some Girardi on Elikor there. And Bro will not continue that train of thought, pushing through choke. Actually, Dream is going in for the sack, but once again, it didn't really work out. And Chris, once again, misses a shot.
Okay, we're bullying him maybe ever so slightly here. Every sniper can really just pull a shot out of the bag. I'm just saying he's not the best next flippy.
I'm not saying either. I'm just doing some individual player play-by-play.
Gets a nice little like kind of. I wouldn't really call it a bomb. He was just kind of spreading out his ability or his positioning, and it's paying off a little bit the dividends here, where he gets some nice damage in. He actually
there's
takes
a headshot
out the
on
demo
the
man.
soldier from Chris. That's very weak, trying to get out one. Dream
There you
will
go,
get
that's
out with his
second
life.
one.
That's the, I mean, maybe that's that headshot will give him like all the confidence.
Yeah, he's just gonna ride it from here. It's gonna feel good. Pat himself on the back. You contributed, Chris, but I don't know.
A body shot onto Raph. He's relatively weak. Goes into Reso. The Uber gets popped from Honey. Funds, or actually Zesty gets Dull. Elikor kills Funds. Chris will also go down. Both scouts down for Wind Tunnel Tactics. Zesty will go down. And well, just I guess the inferior Uber just they couldn't really play around the better Uber from Bro, and Wind Tunnel Tactics will have to go to mid.
Yeah, they just didn't have enough players at all to hold that second, so it was very reasonable for them to back out on the midpoint. Hold the line just a little bit longer. They do have an Uber advantage, keep in mind though. So Wind Tunnel Tactics can possibly, maybe even greedily take this second point from them and use this Uber to push them into last. But this question is, where are they going to push from? They could push from sewer, a little bit of a safer option, but if they want to take the fight to them, they could go computer room, and it looks like the way they want to go. Oh, Raph is going to get his Uber charge very, very soon, though. He's only a couple of percentages off, and he's actually 99. Oh, there we go. He finally found somebody in the end, and they both exchange Ubers, and they're doing that true tradition of Tier 2, where both the Ubers are just grinding on each other, kind of playing a psychological game, and Zesty will be the first one to fall during that Uber. Honey will get picked off during that as well, but they made sure to prioritize Raph after the Uber to make sure that the heals weren't really playing a huge part into that aftermath. But with the numbers advantage, it's just looking way too good for Bro right now. They can, even if the respawners are on the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics, they've just lost too many players, and they're going to have to completely give this up. You even see Chris is poking about at choke area, but there's nobody weak over on Bro right now.
Yeah, this is even Ubers on mid. I think I smell a Dream sack coming in soon. Actually, Wind Tunnel Tactics is peeking a little bit in choke. Gets spammed out. Dream's moving into sewers. Meets Pappy in there. Actually, that's Pappy. Well, we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. Wait till that Uber becomes equal. And we'll see a beautiful sack from probably the side of Bro.
It's still 1-1 at like around 14 minutes left, so it's still a very high tension game for both of these teams. Not going to feel relaxed at all, and they don't want to throw it away. They're going to probably play safe for most of their play here.
Let's see. Just seeing if there's anything particularly interesting happening. Actually, there's some relatively aggressive PC playing here from the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics. I think that's Chris trying to bait for Pappy, but there's nothing really happening. Bro's not really peeking aggressively there. They're actually peeking aggressively in the sewer area. The full combos in here. And I think that's Dream going in for the sack and gets immediately denied. No chance for him to even get close to getting in onto the combo. And he will somehow get out with his life, but actually there's Elikor very weak in choke.
Oh,
will get
Elikor.
cleaned up by Zesty. Great cleanup job there. Important pick if you want to push out from second. That demo pick. Untitled Tactics should be able to at least get something going. They're going to peek a little bit more in this choke. The combo of Untitled Tactics comes in. Soldier tries to sack in, gets denied as well. These soldier jumps are not doing too great, but the Uber gets popped. They're going to have to force the Bro Uber at some point. It does get popped, but it's so much better than the Untitled Tactics Uber.
Uh-oh. Honey's out of position. He's trying his best to duck, deep and dodge, but he will get caught out by that scout that committed himself. But he's going to happily take that trade any day. At this point, they just need to bunch around Raph at the moment to make sure Heat does not go down. He is going to be the force for them to make this slow push into second.
Right. Seems like Bro is just assessing the situation on second right now, trying to see what they can do. The soldier jumps over the sticks of News. They have some positioning on this grass area. The demo is just gonna walk straight over the rock onto top PC. Untitled Tactics, they get out. They do lose Pappy in the process, and they do have like 40% disad. This is gonna be a very, very tough last hold for Untitled Tactics. They have NG up, Heavy up, and while the Uber is about to come in for Bro, coming in from that lobby area from the left side, peeking in, here they come. Dicks are flying in. They're not really getting contested too much. The Sentry does see the combo, but Elikor immediately takes it out.
Very good for Bro. They've got the majority of the way in without having to use the Uber charge as well as taking the Sentry gun down. Look at all this effectiveness they can make of the Uber now when they've just not only pushed them all the way around the map, they actually had to switch sides and they didn't even have the safety of their own resupply. But I guess kite them long enough and you can just make some little 1v1s or some just some fighting, some skirmishes happen, and it did actually end up going the way of Untitled Tactics there. That's really confusing. I thought, if you've got like an Uber like that, how could you lose?
Yeah, they just walked in on the right, they popped really early, and they just walked all the way through that control room area, and by the point that they, you know, jumped down onto the combo, they basically had no Uber left. So if you don't win that fight immediately right there when you're catching them out, it's just normal 1v1, so it just didn't really work out in the end.
Thank God Dream that something absorbed the rocket there at the final stretches of his hiding place. He's being chased down, bless him, but he won't be followed up upon. So they're going for the back cap and they're dedicating bodies to try and block it. Will they get enough players? No, the 7 times cap is a little bit stronger than the 2 times cap now. It might as well be a wipe over on the side of Bro. Clem is not going to, you know, contribute much to his team at the position he's in. He's probably going to get cleaned up very quickly by some of these members of. They're going to last point already. My God, there's no mercy on this map process.
What was that like? That back hat was really odd. They just threw all 5 players on the point when that back hat was only like 25% the way in, and they were just like, "This is happening now." But
well, it's just that call where somebody makes, even if the call's bad, it's probably better to all coordinate and commit to it than it is to just semi back out.
I guess, but I mean, it basically wiped them, and I don't know. But anyway, next mid, Pappy again jumping in very aggressively, but has to immediately back off. Bro trying to have a more assertive stance in this mid, trying to be the one aggressing. News goes down to some aggression from Doll. Doll does eventually get cleaned up, but there's the jump out of nowhere from Dream, take out both Funts and Zesty. There's just a scout left on mid, and actually Soldier, Pappy, and Chris. Chris will not make it out of suits. He will go down. Pappy's now stuck behind, and we have 4 blue players on mid and 0 red players.
Astute observation as they get the easiest second of their life probably after that. They do have a player behind, however, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you've got Pappy who's kind of making a ruckus, but not really accomplishing much. They do dedicate maybe 1 or 2 players to deal with him, but if the second's pretty much secured out, in the grand scheme of things, hasn't affected anything. Tessie goes down as well, maybe looking for a flank, but does get caught by one of these scouts, and they're still making a push of it. Pappy, he finally pays off that huge flank of a lifetime. Does a quick little circuit of the second point just to kind of a victory lap, I suppose. So with that Uber forced out and their own Uber in the back pocket of Honey, they're looking to push HiipFire.
Yeah, they should be coming in soon. Pappy has in fact spawned. Scouts walking in. That's Funds immediately wanting to fight. Goes and clean up that soldier that's jumping into their role. He's not actually dead yet. Another soldier's coming out of top. PC might be able to clean up a kill. Honey actually goes down to Elicor to a sticky trap there. Was that an
That has to be a drop because I didn't see any flashing players at that moment.
That has to be a drop. That is extremely unfortunate. And now Bro gets to push into last. And well, they just don't have the players. They have 2 players left, and it's 2-2. It's even.
It's like, bro, do you call that a throw? Let me show you a throw. This is how you throw, buddy. So, I mean, I could see what they were trying to do, though. Honey noticed that some of these second push-outs that have really been crippling Bro is the fact that they haven't been using this Uber a little bit later. But I guess you need to find that sweet spot, don't you, between popping it too early and popping it too late.
Next mid.
We are into our 5th mid of the game. It's been quite action-packed so far. 6 minutes left on the clock as well, so there's still plenty to come probably. And the first aggressive player will be Doyle, and he will get cleaned up for it. And from there, they just start to roll over the rest of Bro. Even take out the medic as well, and Honey survives. They do throw out Alien one last ditch effort to get that Honey pick, but he won't find him. And with Honey alive, it does make me think that they'll run away with this HiipFire.
Well, I mean, when you make that, like, it has to be. You wipe it this hard. I mean, they do have Clem on that sentry, but I'm not really expecting much from this this last hold. They're coming in. Wind tunnel tactics. They spam the sentry down immediately. Clem is going to go for the sniper play, trying to get the drop onto Honey Badger, but there's Honey Badger just popping, maybe a little scared of the sniper, but it doesn't matter. His team is getting 2 picks with this Uber. Medic is on the ground. He gets taken out. Alien gets taken out. Just 2 people on the left side of spawn. Elicor goes down, and Clem is still in spawn, unable to block it. That is Wind Tunnels taking the lead, 3-2.
Very wise, I guess, objectives picked out by Wind Tunnel Tactics. They decided to, instead of kind of kite around and find that medic who's just going to constantly give him the duck and dodge and weave. They know that his Uber charge wasn't going to play into that last point at all, so they decided to focus down the classes with guns, and they got like 3 easy picks, and from there they could just take all the ground that they could and just know that they could win any fight 6v3.
Alright, looking at this mid, there's some aggression coming in from Bro, trying to take the fight through that, over that PC area, but it's not really working out that great. Seems like Wind Tunnel Tactics is getting some good kills, but actually Pappy's going down and Zesty goes down. Both their soldiers are now gone. All that DM that was going great, now gone. Raph did go down, so Honey will have a massive Uber advantage over Bro, but still, the mid has technically been won by Bro.
Yeah, they spent so much time chasing that Honey kill as well. The cap didn't, it didn't cap as quickly as they could have hoped for. Maybe if that capped it just a little bit quicker, they can maybe get some people and they'll flip that forward respawn, or get them better positioned off, or maybe even start getting a second push going if they got it done just a little bit quicker. But they bait out Dream, they're keeping their eyes on the sky, making sure that the people that want to or can intervene, or there is a back cap actually in the meantime.
Yeah, again, it's not being dealt with actually. Well, there comes the scout and soldiers. 3 people coming in at the same time to block that, and at the same time Honey Badger's Uber has been forced by, I think, Elicor on mid. So that was an interesting series of events. The back cap comes in, they basically start, half the team abandons Honey, he gets forced, and they do get the mid point, but now Raph has 50% Uber advantage over Honey.
Yeah, but they got so many picks during all of that. Maybe the cost was just a little too high because they still got the second point, and they could just play passively and just hold back. Maybe kite out this Uber, and you can see that's what they're doing now. They immediately back out from second. They force off that Uber. They could maybe even think about maybe doing a wraparound play, but no, they've already got that. They prioritize that cap over on Bro, so they've taken that option away from Wind Tunnel Tactics, and they know that they can probably hold closer to these doors, but I guess they're worried about just holding 5v6. Are very confident, a lot of respect, too much respect, I think. Wind Tunnel Tactics have for Bro at this moment in time. Now that they've lost not just one, not just two, but 3 picks to this chasing Bro, they will actually decide to commit the Uber despite all that. And my God, Pappy and Zesty, they are making a turnaround of it, but they lose the Pappy kill as well. They already got like another back cap going, sort of, and they have to draw more players back for Wind Tunnel Tactics, but they just... That was very strange. They kind of just threw some more players at them. I guess with Raph went down at some point, and they felt like maybe if we could get that honey pick, it could equalize. So very back and forth so far. It's getting a bit almost like what's the word for it? Where it's just a bit too messy.
Yeah, it's some really scrappy. I mean, they kept going between points. There was no clear hold at any point established. So yeah, it was just these back caps, and well. Seems like we're getting a little bit. There's got to be a more clear hold now. We have, you know, second, mid, standard stuff. A little bit of Uber advantage for Wind Tunnel Tactics. So, Bro are holding really passively, just sitting and building at Uber by the rollout position. There's a scout and soldier on the second point, ready to try and at least deny someone that's coming in, but they're actually taking really long to push. This Uber will go up, but actually Rev will go down right. He had like 97%, and he goes down just before he gets his Uber. That's very unfortunate. The Uber comes in for Wind Tunnel Tactics, and they get 3 frags for it. The rest of the team's trying to come in. Dream just got destroyed. And then Alien craters.
Wow.
And that was Clem is actually on Honey Badger trying to somehow salvage this, but I don't think this is going to work out. And
he used to go for the picks onto the point, but Noose has got his buddy covered. My God, that little push in there, that was a statement by Zesty, and if that air shot towards the end, that was the full stop. He just went really, you know, tied it all together. That was very nice. I guess Raph just didn't expect to die so quickly with being so close to his Uber charge.
Yeah, well, sadly, that mistake is, I think, what has sealed this game. We have 50 seconds and just 1 mid to go. They need to get 2 points in 50 seconds. And, well, let's see what they can do on this mid. There's a Dream Bomb coming in hot, getting little to nothing from it. And Dahl does get Pappy. Chris goes down, but it seems like Wind Tunnel Tactics is going to still win this mid. You know, just give themselves a little extra pat on the back. And, well, yeah, just 4-2. So this was actually, believe it or not, I think this was the first map went to Bro. So again, Bro displayed that they still don't know what maps they're good at. Well, I feel like none of the teams know what, unless outside of Nerd Rage, I feel like none of the teams know what maps they're good at. They're just kind of like, I like this map. This map is cool, so let's just play this map. Why not?
And then they play it like a game later. It's like, I don't like this map anymore.
Yeah.
We leave.
Well, seems like the map is over, and I have spotted a Funds trying to find a new mouse. Frantically walking around getting a new mouse. That's interesting.
All right, I think we've got some final action replays, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know. Yes, oh, yeah. These are all the replays, so very, very fancy coming in from production. I'm just... By the time I've like registered which way I'm supposed to look, they've already finished and over. Coordination is not my strong game, but I guess what is my strong game, though, is some logs. We could probably pull up some logs on stream as well. So while I try and find them, actually, in the meantime, I could bring up the map picks and bans whilst having a quick chat and finding these last little bit of logs. But who was your personal MVP during all that game, HiipFire?
I could be. I almost. I for 1 second thought about saying Dream as a joke, but I don't know. I think Funds is just still just pounding this LAN. Just going around everywhere, just walking in and getting those picks. I mean, there are all those times where like Wind Tunnel Tactics would just lose, a player or two, and then they're just like, you know what? Let's just walk in, just get some more picks. Seems like Turbo needs to help us a little bit here.
I've been given clear instructions to clear the map picks and bans, so there you go. But let's load up some logs. I'm trying to find them. Is these it? But, what was kind of surprising, and what we didn't really see too much of, that we were kind of promised almost by Ombrack. I didn't see any Elacore pounding.
Yeah.
Where's my Elacore pounding?
That's a very good point. I mean, I'm looking at the logs that are on stream now.
Now I have the logs, okay.
Yes, the logs that are currently on your screen.
Behold,
yes.
Okay.
I mean, Elacore isn't... It's not that Elacore was doing bad, it's just that it wasn't pounding. Like, he's doing good.
I mean, yeah.
Like, he definitely did. He did a lot better than News did.
Actually, I say that he's got top damage.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Well, I mean, I think
some light pounding.
Well, the thing is, when you hear pounding, you think, oh, he's gonna,
win
turn
the game.
all the fights around. But it's more like it's a stable pounding. It's like he's gonna always. That's he's stable pounding. Yeah. That's okay. Well, basically, yeah. He's just. He's getting kills. He's always having a contribution to the fight. It's just...
I hope your mum and dad aren't watching anymore, I suppose.
Oh,
the stable pounding.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, I guess looking at the stats, it isn't as bad. Maybe I would just... the fact that he didn't put the entire team on his back and drew 3 rounds for his team out of thin air. And maybe I'm asking way too much of the Frenchman.
There's not enough random air shots.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll have a quick glance at the medic stats. I think this was maybe the one that was slightly differing for both of these teams. Yeah, maybe Honey showing a bit more efficiency over on the medic class, but he did drop though. So
yeah, to that sticky trap on second. I feel like he's felt for that sticky trap before. So just I don't know, repeating old ways.
Look at how back and forth the mids were.
Yeah, the mids were really back and forth. I mean, it seems like, at least at the start, in the first couple, I guess the first 20-ish minutes, the team that won the mid in the end would win the round, but it got a little iffy even at that 4th point, just really messy play. And
yeah,
I mean,
I think it stabled off towards the end. At the beginning, it got very, very. I think that trip to KFC just made the fingers just a little too greasy. They couldn't quite get onto the keyboard.
No, the chicken makes you slow.
It makes you slow. I need that on a T-shirt. Chicken makes you slow. All right. What insights can you pull from our Gentleman John extended stats? Anything throw at?
Let's see. Well, very interesting stat on Red's last, with Bro actually doing better on that last point, seeming that they had, I guess, pretty decent doing a decent job of actually converting mids to last point or to points, but. I mean, that's not usually you'd think, that's something that the red team would win, but but definitely you can see kind of how the map progressed, or how the map how the score came to be, is you can see that mid and Bro's second were both dominated by Wind Tunnel Tactics, but then the last point is equal because they had some issues pushing in a little bit. And well, yeah.
Just you can see all the action basically was happening on mid.
Yeah.
So wow, even 17% apiece between both of these teams on the second. So yeah, truly a story about just trading this mid back and forth. So I think we have got just a few more screens to glance at. There, this is a little bit more factual, statistics about the proper conversions rates. They're quite similar. They're almost. You'd think these teams are perfect rivals at this point. I mean, except for, just the fact that they did win out Wind Tunnel Tactics. But who knows? There's still another map, a couple of maps to go. It could turn around for them.
What is the second and third map is what I'm wondering.
I believe it's Viaduct. Wow. Is that a new map?
Oh, man. I like that map. I want to see more of that map. The hipster map, as we apparently confirmed a couple hours ago.
I'm going to show off these last few screens of the logs, as per tradition. All right. Logs cleared. So, our next map, Viaduct. Product, I guess you should call it now.
Product.
But I'm a stickler for the old ways. So, what does this map mean for both of these teams, HiipFire?
I feel like going into this, I feel like Wind Tunnel Tactics has a definite advantage going into it because I feel like it's a lot more DM-y team. I guess I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of really good DM players on there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a scout-based map, and you have funds on your team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that obviously is going to help you a lot. I mean, funds has been pounding even on like soldier-centric maps at this point. So. I feel like funds is going to definitely shine, and if team is able to support funds, maybe by giving him 40% heals, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Just, I feel like they're going to do really well. Yeah, because I think that funds outshines the scout duo that that Bro has.
I don't know. I mean, thinking about it, I think I'm pretty torn between both of these teams because I could see the Demo Man's having a lot more say in the matter, and if I had to kind of pick between News and Elicor, I think even though like it was only like a what it was called, a consistent pounding, the mild pounding, whatever sort of pounding it was, I think he has a lot more room to make his pounding happen on this map.
That's true. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I love News, but his strengths is probably is how he thinks about the game
and
and how he wants to bring it in. And I guess you can bring this ability to Viaduct, but the fact that it was sort of like a mixed team thrown together, I don't think they've really gone into that sort of stage with Viaduct. I think they're just going to wing it, and I think it's not going to pay off as well as like News being a bit more of a stickler compared to like a CP map, for example.
I think regardless, just it's not really that extremely calling centric. Like there's just a lot of really split moment decisions that you have to make in products, and you won't even need to like have big calls for product. It's relatively straightforward at times. So yeah, you're probably right with Elicor having the definite advantage over News in that sense.
So
I'm just a sucker for funds, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a very easy answer to go to. You just look back at his experience, you know, his the fact that he's been to lands before, he's done Prem before. We've mentioned this 1,000 times. It feels like already. So I mean, I'm trying to think of like other names that we could bring into this.
Destiny's pretty good.
I mean, what about the Clem Sniper? We saw that a couple of times. Maybe if he can bring that gimmick out can he stretch it out for an entire Viaduct map?
Well, when you mention Clem Sniper, the only thing I remember is when he got that body shot and dropped the medic.
Yeah.
So I don't see a lot of. I haven't seen a lot from him when it comes to like
Sniper doesn't terrify you, basically.
It doesn't terrify me, but I mean, obviously, anyone on Sniper, if you're just having a good match, I mean, you can just completely turn the match around. So it can happen.
Yeah.
It's probably I do think Bro's probably more willing to run like Sniper probably. Well, because I mean, we only saw Crystal Sniper once, but it was kind of underwhelming, and I don't think you would want funds on Sniper because he can just pound on Scout. So
well, I think Chris just suffers from a small sample size.
Yeah,
I mean, we
that's
just
true.
haven't seen him too much on that class.
Well, yeah, I just don't have but I don't really have much else to go off of. So I'm just kind of from what I have seen, he's not that good on it.
Okay, all right.
But so, maybe
to cut you off, just
to
move on to another point. I want to talk about predictions. We haven't done predictions for a little bit because we've always been rushing to these things and be like, it's time to cast. Like, so I can finally get some proper predictions out of you, HiipFire. So with all what we've discussed so far, Who are you leaning towards? It's match point for Wind Tunnel Tactics.
I think Wind Tunnel Tactics is going to win 3 to a random number 1.
So 3-1. Okay, all right. And very impressive. I've noticed that on the stream that they have kept note to change the rules on the Viaduct map as well. Like, I was a little bit worried they wouldn't change that, but all good, all good. So,
What are your predictions? What do you think?
I'm thinking. I'm really torn. I'm literally as 50-50 as it could possibly be. I'm gonna have to go with Bro. I'm gonna have to go with Bro.
All right, you think Elikor is gonna pound?
I think
it's going to do some heavy pounding instead of mild.
I think they're gonna do. Yeah, I think they're gonna do much better. I think a scenario where Dream is got like a position where he doesn't. Yeah, I think Dream will have a map. I think on this compared to because these 5 CP ones where he's just constantly stalemating and he has to be thrown in. I think plus they have an option as well to maybe switch out to a scout. And I know that some of these players on Bro off-classing maybe ever so slightly. All right, so I think we have loaded in and
hold on.
I don't think we can hold on. We're going straight into it.
You go.
I go. Me go, I go. Team Fortress TV, welcome. This is our coverage of Gamers Assembly. This is the upper bracket semi-final, and this is our first mid. It seems that Wind Tunnel Tactics are kind of shaving towards this mid at pulling it off. It just seems like the soldiers are getting a lot more work done compared to Bro, and oh my god. They actually demand a pause already starting into the game. Oh wait, no, never mind. They're actually going to keep going. Okay. Only at LAN, but so they lost a lot of players initially. It does make me think that because they called for a pause, maybe somebody's like issues weren't working through, or maybe somebody went AFK. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say like that was a freebie for Wind Tunnel Tactics. But over on this mid now, Elikor will pick up the very early pick onto Funds as well. That's a name that we've said way too often in that pre-game going down. It's probably a big pick for them. But they're not letting them get away for free on this midpoint. They just need to cap it just a little bit longer. And there you go. They will start getting that timer ticked down. But keep in mind, Honey will have his Uber charge very, very soon. And I think he's been paying attention as well. So he should know he's got a slight advantage. But he doesn't really find the time to actually use the Uber charge because everyone on this team are just getting bludgeoned by all this spam. He will finally pop it off just to get some breathing room. Zesty will go forward, but in the meantime, Rafa got his own Uber, and not only does he kind of milk it in style, he also blocks the midpoint as well. There's a bit of a wraparound coming in from Pappy, but he was a little bit late to the party. They've managed to clean up a few players here and there, and I think with the losers' advantage, not having that point, they will. Oh, actually, wow. Clem just holding on to it. I thought they were going to cap it off there. And why? What? They just let Clem just do what he wants. Why did they not do anything? They just stared at him. Why? They just like killed Honey.
That was just a series of unfortunate events. First they pop Uber and Zesty runs out of rockets, so he's with Uber and just has his escape plan out and just dies on his own. And then at the very end of the fight, Clem walks in and just drops. Honey just, I don't know, man, but the push is coming in from Bro. Wind Tunnel Tactics is just going to try to contest this as much as they can. Funds does get Clem. He does try to get onto the point, get some good damage onto Elikor, that is. Elikor goes down, Dog goes down, Dream goes in for the bomb on to Wind Tunnel Tactics, and they will be able to get onto this point.
Yes, it's very short-sighted coming out from Bro. I feel like they're dedicating too many bodies to this point, trying to get it capped off and make sure they keep the plate spinning. But if you die for the cause of that, you're kind of signing over not only the loser's advantage, but knowing that your respawn is going to be a little bit longer when you do commit yourself as well. So, and they're just going to cap it right back in a few seconds' time. You need to really think for the bigger picture if Bro went out in this.
Ubers have been popped. Slightly bet for Uber for Wind Tunnel Tactics. Going to try to catch out the combo. The combo does go down to News' Stickies. There's a scout here on the right and a soldier bombing in, trying to get onto Honey. That will be unsuccessful, and Clem will be just as unsuccessful as well. And that will be a wipe for Bro.
That was a big boy Uber. They actually switched off to crits now. They feel like that they need to think about ways to break a possible stalemate coming up. And they are trying to make a forward hold happen, and the double soldiers are preventing people from coming in, but they're so low on health. Oh, nice healing coming out from Honey there. Brings Pappy back to full life, and they just back off, provided just a little bit more breathing room on the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics. But nobody's gone down so far. Very, very well held by News and his crew. They will lose Pappy though, but it's just a minor frag given up. They will dedicate the Uber to actually blocking the point, and they've got a crit squeak as well. They can't really counter Uber, so they're trying to chase him though in this rough choke area. They actually will get Elacor. They will pick up a Chris with the roller for his troubles, but you know, that's the last thing you want. The last player you want going down for your team is your demo man when you've got a crits ready.
Well, they need to do something with his crits. Dole is jumping in very aggressively, trying to force that Uber, not really able to do much. The rest of the team is going to have to get in, but everyone's just dying on the point. They need to get onto this point. There's 3 players up. Elacor gets the crits up. He doesn't really get much done. He gets some damage off. He does get Zesty eventually, but then Raph goes down, Clem goes down, and then Elacor himself will also go down, and now we just have Wind Tunnel Tactics standing on top of the point. And there's a bomb coming in, but it will not be in time. Wind Tunnel Tactics gets the first point.
I don't think it would have been way too much to ask from Elacor there to get any sort of some frags coming out for his team, at least enough to turn the tide of that entire fight. I think everyone kind of just ducked for the hills except for News, who just pelted forward, and he didn't even get that kill as well. So 3 round for Wind Tunnel Tactics as we are entering our second mid-fight.
Yeah, let's see, there's actually some very aggressive play from Bro. Dream just goes flying and gets completely destroyed by the scouts. And Wind Tunnel Tactics is getting some good picks. There's all these aggressive players from Bro trying to do whatever they can. Clement also very aggressive. Pappy actually suicides somewhere. And now we have Chris and Zesty on Wind Tunnel Tactics trying to cap this point. At least get some time, but they actually walk off the point. Will be unable to cap this as the Bro spawners will come in and take Zesty out. The rest of the team sitting in that main area. They will try to contest a little bit. There's a soldier that comes out of nowhere, Dream, who gets caught while trying to get out. Chris actually will die to a roller from Elacor. The rest of Wind Tunnel Tactics will try to get in from the right side here, but they're all just dying one by one. Pappy goes down, News goes down to an arrow from Raph. Zesty jumping in very aggressive onto Clem, almost killing Raph. Him dropping to 30 HP, but it will not be enough, and Bro is still in control of the point.
I'm pretty sure that started off as like a legitimate push, and then when things just got bad, they were like, all right, let's just make it a suicide and just threw everybody in. But they're now back with their numbers, and they do have even Ubers, so they're pretty confident about making this push in on second and just seeing if they can catch that player, any players really on the side of Bro with some initial spam. But it's very, very difficult. Maybe they even start capping this point right underneath their noses, and Pappy is making wonders happen on this flank area. I wish I'd had more time to dedicate to him, but I'm too busy looking at the big picture of things, looking at this initial mid-fight, and I guess off the back of those 2 Pappy kills, it just bought enough room for his team to push across the point.
Yeah, Bro is getting some spawners, trying to get back onto this point. The push coming in from the left. Alien will get the first kill onto Chris. Funds will respond with a kill on Dole. Bro's on the point. Wind Tunnel Tactic is all on the lower ground. They're trying to get some kills. Dream will go down. Zesty is going to contest the point, jump straight on it. There's a scout on Honey, but he will get piped by News. And this Bro push has not really worked out.
Yeah, so again, Uber's still even, so it still hasn't even disrupted the major flow of the game. It's just very... I feel like they just have a better grasp of the Viaduct game over on the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics, which is a bit strange. I thought they wouldn't have dedicated much time to actually understanding this map, but maybe they just all know what to do naturally. They've got that experience across the entire team as they've countered Uber, and they've got Funds chasing for kills. He will get the alien pick, and he's not getting too greedy as well. Decides to actually spend the last portion of that fight backing out, and Zesty will get picked up by a crossbow, though nobody expects the crossbow. So he will be cleaned up at quite a distance away. Thinking about making the push in, but they just can't really find the space. And to keep in mind, they've got Pappy behind as well. He's going to go down to a crater. And yeah, there are some of these initial like player advantage picks that they needed now. I'm surprised they're making the contestation for Zesty. That was just a feed. But Honey gets the kill onto Clem.
That arrow.
What the hell? He got the kill onto Dream as well.
Honey's trying to get another frag clip. There was
You look at him, he's going forward. He wants another one. Where's my triple kill, says Honey. Uber forced.
Oh, Honey might get caught here, actually. He's trying to get out, but there's no really aggressive bomb from the Ubered soldier there. And yeah, he's not gonna... Oh, actually gets a rocket onto Honey. I spoke too soon. Dog gets 2 rockets on Honey. Honey will go down. Elacor gets news. And the rest of Wind Tunnel Tactics, well, they're going to try to contest. Zesty has gone down. The rest of the team has not that great health. They're trying to at least have a slight presence on this point. But there's 4 healed Bro players right on top of that point compared to the 3 non-healed players from Wind Tunnel Tactics. They will try to edge the point on News. Is very weak. News. Oh, News gets some 2 great arrows from Honey to keep News alive. And their great air shot from News onto Doll. He just got destroyed.
Oh
wow.
my god, that was brought to the edge as edges could be. That was so close. Crossbow, what an addition to the game of Team Fortress 2.
The skill ceiling has been increased. The Uber gets popped. A very aggressive bomb from Elacor onto the combo. Not able to get much done. News will go or kill him. We have Clem, or Alien, pushing very aggressively. Pappy, his 2nd suicide of the game. But Funds and Zesty are cleaning up the kill so that suicide is not a problem. 3 players up for Bro. And we have about 40 seconds left on this point for Wind Tunnel Tactics. So Bro's going to have to push in now.
Man, the way that Raph kind of backed off as well, he had nobody healing towards the tail end. So what could have been like a little advantage for him turns into just a regular even Uber. And because the time has demanded it, they're just starting to push forward, see if they can get some presence onto the point and make a Hail Mary of a mid defense to kind of recapture this round, but it's going to be way too hard. They've only got a couple of seconds left, and I think with that loss of Elacor, that's a big name for Bro, so I think it's over. This round is done. Although, no, it has to be done, surely.
Yeah, the Uber has been popped on top of the point. They've lost all these players. Dream tried to go for the big play, got propped up and completely destroyed by the scouts. Time is running out, and that's it. The 2nd round going to Wind Tunnel Tactics as well.
All right, well, is this going to be one of the rare instances, HiipFire, where somebody picked a map and they're pretty good at it?
Oh my god, imagine that, picking a map that you're good at.
Pinch me, I'm dreaming. All right, match point for the whole, not just the map, but the match for Wind Tunnel Tactics. And what a way to open the mid!
Oh, Zesty, the Market Garden main, gets his Market Garden kill of the match, gets a 2nd kill as well to boot. And just the aggression from Wind Tunnel Tactics just wiped the entire team. That's how you start your 3rd round in your road to winning this entire series.
Well, they could even afford to make a forward hold as well. They even got Honey with his Uber charge, so even if things get a little bit too difficult, they could just pop off that Uber, and it's not... they've sent Elacor in, but he creates before he can even get some damage onto Honey as well. So this has been a very, very successful forward hold for Wind Tunnel Tactics. This is going to buy them so much time, HiipFire. You won't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, they already have about 35 seconds on the clock. They should have at least 45 before this push is coming in. They're trying to get this Uber right now, Bro. They are sitting in this main area ready to push. The Uber is now up for Bro. They're gonna go out and try and break this forward hold. Soldiers jumping in, jumping different ways. The Uber will get forced, but both Dream and Doll have gone down. Bro has popped their Uber with just 2 scouts and a demo. They are actually getting good picks. Zesty and Chris have gone down, but I mean, Wind Tunnel Tactics is still in, trying to make something from this push. The spawners for Bro are about to come in. They are now on top of the point. Some bombs coming in. I think that's Pappy trying to get some, but Funds actually gets a 3K on the left side of that point. I don't know what just happened, but he just rolled over.
Oh, he's got another one.
And there's his 4th kill. Chris getting a kill as well. Now that's a 5K. Jesus, what just happened?
Hey, I don't know. Maybe he's invisible. He looks pretty visible to me, so maybe they just don't want to fire at Funds for some reason. I guess they just want to see if they can get these picks onto these other classes, and Funds is just having a whale of a time just firing at whatever he wants, dancing around all the chaos. And they will pop off an Uber to kind of add stability to this forward hold. And they will have a bit of an Uber charge in exchange, but look at the time HiipFire. Not a single second has been given up to Bro. Yeah, this is the final round.
Just 50 seconds. I mean, this is... I mean, if you wanna just end this soon, I mean, with those great plays from Funds, that's exactly what you need. Oh, the push is coming in soon with the Uber from Bro. Happy will go down very early, trying to force the Uber. There's some soldiers coming in. Scouts on the left. Chris will actually get Clem. The first pick going the way. Wind Tunnel Tactics. The Uber should get popped soon, but all these people are going down. Doll's getting a kill, or goes down. Dream goes down. The Uber's still not popped. Okay, it's finally being popped. Elacor and Alien will be the ones that will get it. News will get cleaned up. Wind Tunnel Tactics is going to get on top of this point that has been capped by Bro, but the combo has gone down. It's just Clem and Doll right here. They will go down as well. Clem does win against Funds.
That was pretty good to say he was fighting off against 2 scouts and Funds. So, I mean, Clem, he must feel pretty good after that.
All right, well, it's 20 seconds left. 15 seconds. They have to do something now. This is for, well, I guess for the upper bracket finals, they need to do this or else they will be out of this series. The push is coming in. There's already 3 picks actually for the side of Wind Tunnel Tactics. There goes Elacor as well. It's just 2 people on the point. A medic and a scout. Can Alien clutch this for his team? He's trying to do what he can. He goes down. Raph surfs that rocket, but it will not be enough. Dream jumps in, will go down, and that's it. 3-0. For Wind Tunnel Tactics.
GG.
Well,
good game. Good match.
Yeah.
It's over.
My prediction was almost good.
Almost good. Yeah.
My prediction of Funds is going to pound was pretty accurate, though.
And
I mean, that wasn't really a difficult to call, though.
And I've never been so wrong in my entire life. They not only did they not get one, not even like the map, they didn't even get 1 round. Yeah. Very, very shocking. I thought they would have it a little bit into them, but maybe spending too much time on that control point, not enough King of the Hill.
Possibly. Maybe with Bagel being in the preseason cup, we'll see 2 Koth maps. Maybe people will maybe Europeans will finally get good at product.
That'll be the day. It really will be a milestone for TF2 because I don't think I've ever seen it get to two King of the Hill the maps. Anywho, I'm going to hunt down the logs like I do. But I'm going to do the regular age-old question, HiipFire. Who was your MVP?
I think I already mentioned it. It was the boy Funds.
It could have changed. It could have been the last second thing. Oh no, Noose was doing like randomly throw out another name out there. I thought Noose was doing pretty good. No, but yeah, Honey was doing really good.
Yes.
That heals.
Oh yeah,
that saved so many situations actually. I think it just kind of glosses over because you don't really always see those sort of scenarios. But with the tools that we've got, where we can see the health bars, Honey really was putting so much work in for his team.
Man, that push or that point on mid where News was trying to walk in, he got directed, then he got an arrow, then he got directed again. Or no, he was walking over, he was weak, he got directed, he flew in the air at like 2 HP, got arrowed, and then went on to get like a 2K, completely opening up the point for Wind Tunnel Tactics. I mean, that was just really flashy, but yeah, just Honey Badger was doing really, really good. He also got that 2K, those 2 long-range arrows. He's trying to one-up himself from the Badlands, I think the first Badlands map they played. We didn't cast that one, but there's a really good highlight where he gets like he gets 3 arrow kills on last to cap it, and he's trying to go for that battle medic, the MVP medic of the land.
Yeah, he's had a few moments here and now. I've seen him. He's been pretty chuffed with some of the highlights that he's made off. Anywho, I can't get these logs working at all. I can't seem to locate them. I don't know what's going off. They've gone missing. Keep refreshing logs.tf, expecting them to be there, but they are not there. So we're just going to have to roll with the punches, HiipFire. I think we're going to have to go straight to a break. Yes, I know, I said it stream, break, another one. But we have to, you know, we need to start running around, swapping out the casters, all that stuff, because now, surely because News has won this, we can get some newscasting in.
Ooh,
You see, I bet they're excited for that.
Newscasting, you know what? That's interesting. I haven't seen. Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, you can do both. All right, so that means that I've been TurboTabs. Joining me on the co-cast has been HiipFire. This has been our upper bracket semi-final game. There is another semi-final game going on right now, but you won't see that one, sadly, because of just time restraints. But the next time you see us, it will be the lower bracket semi-final coming up soon. See you then.